So I want to talk about placement and timing, because sometimes you plant things in the wrong place or the wrong time, and that's good to pay attention to, because your first year is not going to be typically a big success year. Mine certainly wasn't. I'm on year 3 and I'm still making so many mistakes. I feel like it's my first year. So this is a goji berry, and I actually split it off of a different plant that I had elsewhere. So I tried to tip layer it, where I take the plant and turn it down and cover the tip as well as where the roots are, to where I can keep making multiple plants each year. I tried that. It was too small, and it popped up, went up to the sun, and it's not going to work. So I'm just going to let it grow like that. I'll try to turn the camera around and show you what I'm talking about. So might be a little hard to see. So this was a sucker from another goji that I put in last year, and I might have harmed it here. You can see where it started to bend, but I wanted to bend it down. Sun came out and it was loving that. It said hello, and it popped up. So I'm just going to leave it like this, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I was trying to force it too much, but let's move on. Example number 2. Or 3 or 4, I don't know where this is going to land in the video. This is, or should I say was, a Delogo. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't have the tag. Anyway, it was a crabapple tree, and I put it in about a month ago. All the leaves were off of these larger trees, and I thought, yeah, that'll be a great spot. And this is up by the road. It's further away from the house. I didn't intend to manage this. I was just gonna hoping that it would do well on its own without me watering or anything like that. I'll let this truck go by. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So the leaves started popping out, and then that is the competition that this first year crabapple tree is having to deal with. So I don't think it's going to make it here. So that's an example of terrible placement on my part. Here we have a double whammy. There's our Josta berry right there. This is bad placement and bad timing. So I'm going to build the soil up similar to this and have a lot more debris and just ground cover, so that the moisture will be retained in here. So if I waited a year or 2 years before I put plants right here, then the plants would do great. It's raining right now, so they're looking okay, but this spot gets super hot, and it's far away from the house, and I don't have time to water it or manage it or look after it. So Tama, I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm doing my best to keep these beings alive. I think they're going to do great. I'm going to go through the extra effort to take care of them. But again, bad placement and bad timing. So I'm not just picking on plants in particular. As I'm walking around, I keep seeing examples of things that went wrong. Certainly some things that went right. But it's just something to consider that, let's say you put a plant in the ground and it doesn't do so well. Maybe it's just the wrong time. Maybe as your system starts to get more evolved, further along, you can try it again. Just because it didn't work this year doesn't mean it won't work a year or 2 years from now. Here's a mimosa at the local post office. This stuff will grow anywhere. A friend of mine in Georgia gave me this last year, and I've learned a lot since then. I planted this in the wrong spot, and it actually went away and came back up. Maybe it does that naturally, but I know enough now that it's too hot in this location. When it dies back down, I'll be able to come in here in the winter and just, generously dig it up with a larger hole and transplant it to a wetter environment. Let's see if I can, there we go. All right.